Baywatch star Pamela Anderson took to Twitter this weekend to claim that following a vegan diet makes you a better lover.
Well, Pamela joins us now live from Vancouver. First of all, how are you, Pamela?
I'm very good. Good morning.
It's lovely to see you. You're looking as radiant as always. I was struck by a tweet you did, or a Twitter thread, actually, over the weekend, in which you were making this very bold assertion that vegans are better lovers, that having a vegan diet is better for your sex life and sexual performance.
Well, it is. It is. I mean, like it says right here, the cholesterol hardens your arteries, but not much else.
Can I ask what you base your claims on, though?
Well, there's a lot of research that went into this. I produced the film called Game Changers. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yes, we covered it on the programme.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
So,
and there's a very memorable description of what happens overnight for vegans.
Yeah, more fun things happen even when you're sleeping.
Hang on,
I think you're on the verge of veganism. I think you're.
I'm a meat eater.
Candidate.
I'm a meat eater, and I can assure you, fun things happen to us too.
Do we? I can't believe we're divulging all this information.
I think it's a very important debate. But my question is your assertion that vegans genuinely have better sex lives than meat eaters?
That's what I hear. I mean, I'm vegan. I'm fairly confident in that statement, but...
how long have you been a vegan?
Gosh, I guess a long time, 30 years.
Wow.
30 years since I came to California.
And your sex life has been better since you renounced meat?
Yes, but I think yes, absolutely, I think. But I think I've always had a lot of fun in that department. But I would like to be... It's a good angle for me, a spokesperson for me, because I think it's a romantic way of eating. It's like being engaged in the world and caring about life and the environment even is a vegan lifestyle. So this is kind of like another little perk.
Okay, but
is it persuading you to join up to Veganuary?
My problem with it, I read a lot of medical experts. We'll bring in Hillary in a moment, but a lot of medical experts say that actually...
did you know about this?
Actually, a vegan diet is not that great for you, and that actually missing out on meat can actually have a detrimental effect on your general health and well-being. But my point also, there's a hypocrisy.
Not on mine.
There's a hypocrisy about vegans, and it's this. Vegans love things like almond milk and almonds and avocados. And yet we all know that they are created in California. Billions of bees get slaughtered in the making of almonds in particular. And I never hear vegans standing up for the little guys, for the bees.
Come on, Pamela.
Why is a bee's life less important to you than a cow's?
Yes, bees are just as important, and they're actually more important than humans. We can't survive without bees, but the world can survive without
do you eat almonds and avocado?
I do, but I like to eat locally. I actually have avocado trees on my property in California. I'm in Canada right now.
But you know that billions of bees get killed in California every season in the making of almonds and avocado. And my point is, and then by the way, most of them get shipped around the world on planes in big containers, which is terrible for the environment. So my point is, if you're going to if you're going to link veganism to the environment, how do you justify the slaughter of billions of bees and the way that almonds and avocado, the two preferred foodstuffs for vegans, get shipped around the world?
I think we hit a soft spot.
What?
But anyway, I think it's you have to pick your battles. I mean, you have to just live as gently as you possibly can. And I think that do what you do. I know there's no perfect vegan out there either, and there's no perfect person. But I think adopting a vegan diet is really healthy for you, and it's great for the environment in so many different ways. I think when if people know what go on to slaughterhouses and go on to meat, less people would eat it. And I think there will be a time, maybe we look back and realize that we can't even believe that we did eat meat at one point, because you talk about refrigeration and you talk about transferring of meat products and refrigeration and all the energy that goes into it and all the water waste.
Dr. Hillary, I mean, Pamela, she's been a strident advocate for this for a long time, and she's a walking advert for the healthy results of a vegan diet. You can't dispute that. But is it actually that healthy to just have a vegan diet?
Well, it can be, but not necessarily. I mean, you could eat chips all day and still have a vegan diet, but it wouldn't necessarily be healthy. So if you're educated and knowledgeable about veganism, of course you can have all the nutrients that you need, but it's very difficult as a vegan to get all the nutrients that you need in sufficient quantity.
Dr. Hillary,
and
can
you're
I
much
ask you...
more likely to have nutritional deficiency.
Yeah, can I ask you specifically about what Pamela is saying about vegans making better lovers? Because her point is that the amount of cholesterol you eat if you're eating meat products, dairy products and egg products means that the blood flow around your body to significant parts of your body is restricted. And therefore, if you cut all of that cholesterol out from those sources, you, de facto, become someone with better blood flow and a better lover.
Well, it's stretching a point to a great degree. There's no doubt that if you've got arteriosclerosis, if your arteries have become hardened by too much bad cholesterol, then you're more likely to suffer from heart disease and erectile dysfunction, hence the worse lover, I suppose. But you can have high cholesterol levels, even if you're a vegan, if you're eating the wrong foods.
Right.
So I think that whilst it's likely that if you eat more vegetables and less fatty red meat, and the eggs thing is a complete myth. You can eat as many eggs as you like, won't raise your cholesterol. It's a very healthy part of a diet. But as far as too much red meat, then there is the possibility that your arteries could suffer.
OK.
All right.
So it's not exclusive to vegans.
The jury's out. I did offer on Twitter to test this theory, Pamela, but I noticed you didn't respond to my entreaty.
Because that was really sleazy.
Typical Piers.
Yeah. Best ignored, frankly.
Let's turn to something more serious for you, I know, which is your friend Julian Assange. You've issued a last-minute appeal to outgoing President Donald Trump to grant a pardon to Julian Assange. He is apparently planning to do 100 pardons before he leaves office in 48 hours' time. Have you had any indication that he may be listening to you?
Well, I know I'm in his ear. I know that he's debating, and we'll see what happens. I mean, he has till midday on the 20th, and I hope that he makes that decision, because I think that could add a positive to his legacy. I mean, I think that he's obviously against fake news, and just WikiLeaks is anti-fake news, and just think it would be it'd be a really good way to kind of go out, because it doesn't really...
I can't imagine that, considering what Julian Assange is accused of doing, what he's charged with, espionage, hacking government computers, putting people at security risk, I can't imagine that would even be on President Trump's radar to pardon him. Have you got any indication otherwise?
There's no evidence that he put anybody at risk. There's no evidence that he put anybody at risk, any of the cables that are out there. But I've been, supporting him for a very, very long time, and freedom of speech is really important, and I think this would be a monumental position that Trump could take, that it would help with human rights and the rights to the free press, because it's a very dangerous situation if we don't have a free press. And I think that Julian should not be in prison. He's not he's a very mild-mannered, funny, sweet man with 2 children, and he's just very, very he wants all of us to be able to have that right to be able to know what's going on in the world. And I remember I was with him the time when Trump was elected, and he was shocked. He thought, oh gosh, I can't believe that they let him win, basically. And then he thought, this is frightening and exciting all at the same time, because he really flipped the script. I mean, this is definitely not business as usual, which was something that America needs and wants. And as you can see, with all the violence and the craziness going on, there's obviously an unhappy population here, and half the people like him, half the people don't, and I think there's a disconnect. And I think that one of the ways to kind of align the stars is to support people like Julian Assange, because we need those bright minds out there to really educate us and tell us what's really going on. And for the environment, for health, for veganism, for everything, WikiLeaks has exposed more animal cruelty, and it's all makes sense to me, because it all feels like the same thing. It's injustice, and I applaud courage, and that's who he is. And I believe that he's going to make. I believe that Trump is going to pardon him. I believe that, and I'm going to believe that right till the next couple days. And then, if that doesn't happen, we talk to the Biden camp, and there is there is level heads there too that are thinking about this, but obviously the Clinton connection and how they were so disappointed in the election and like to blame a little bit of that on WikiLeaks when really it's their emails that are the ones that.
Okay, well, Pamela, we've got to leave it there. We'll see.
Sorry.
Donald Trump is preparing 100 pardons, we're told. It will be fascinating if one of them is indeed Julian Assange. But we appreciate you joining us. I've got a vegan smoothie here, which is apparently based on your recipe. So you know what? Just as a little gesture to you, a little nod to the vegans.
Do you feel more amorous already?
It's not bad, but then I assume they're all. Yeah.
Already.
You know what? I'm actually feeling quite perky.
Oh, right.
Pamela.
Let's take that one away. Thanks
shall I
very
fly to
much
California?
indeed. Pamela, thanks very much indeed for joining us.